Matt, it's day 2 and our last day at Tulsa. I always feel like Tulsa goes by way too quick, kind of sad, but it's also Twinning Saturday.
It really is. We're both rocking the event exclusive tee. We've got a little bit more on that in a minute, but yeah, you're right.
What color is this though?
I think we decided like clay.
Yeah.
But I love the design. Like I said, we're gonna get to that, Brian. There's a lot to get into. Today is Saturday, and thanks for joining us for Mecum in the Morning here on site at the SageNet Center as we gear up for day 2.
Episode 53.
Episode 53. Action-packed days in store. And I'm kind of excited, Brian, because both days we had rain in the morning, the sun's out, it's shining, and we've got a lot of neat stuff crossing the block.
Tell us about it.
I will. Let's dive in. So for the day's rundown, here's what's in store here at the convention center. We've got 36 pieces of road art crossing the auction block, 263 vehicles, and that includes 4 collections. And Brian, we've got a couple different spotlights on some of those collections because we really do have some unique offerings here.
We do. We have some great offerings, and you got to go visit a couple of them. We'll have a couple spotlights on them, like you said, later. But can we go talk about the merch now? Let's
do it. So also there you can see the backfire design of the shirt that Brianna and I are both wearing today. We've got the Golden Driller, repping with that very cool Trans Am, but we've got a lot of other merch as well that's perfect for the automotive and motorcycle enthusiasts. There's our new motorcycle shirt, Brianna. That's been a big hit.
And Alyssa, our producer, is actually wearing that today.
So if you come out, she's easy to identify. But always, it's always great to walk through there. I love how we change things up. There's always new gear, there's new merch, there's new collectibles, and that's easy to find. And if for some reason you're not coming to join us today, very sad.
Which I'll be very sad if you don't make it.
But you can also shop online, or if you maybe were so excited that you forgot to go shop on site, you can head over to mecum.com/shop and find all the latest gear.
And if you're just tuning in for the first time, and if you haven't made it to an auction, at select auctions, we do have the Adventure Zone. We do have it here in Tulsa. I'm very excited. Even though it's a little wet and muggy outside, the Adventure Zone is inside. And if you have a kid 12 and under, admission is free. So bring them on down. The Adventure Zone is located down by the staging area this time. So go check out the team at the Adventure Zone, ride some Power Wheels, do some slot car racing, coloring contests, all the fun. Matt might be over there crashing a car. Who knows? Brian, you're great.
You crash one Power Wheel.
And you'll never live through it.
And you'll never live it down. Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of news here, Brian, that we're going to get into. Before we get into our content announcement, look, we've got some Tulsa news with the announcement made that we're going to be returning back to Tulsa for the next couple of years. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, the next 3 years. I was really excited when Harold, our head of auction operations, told us. I was really excited. Now I would officially say Tulsa is our family. You know, like we were here. I think this was our 3rd year on our current agreement, and we've decided we're here for the next 3. So Tulsa, Mecum's home. We're home. Let's make it a real deal. You get to deal with Matt and Bree and the rest of the Mecum crew for the next 3 years. So hopefully you guys come out and, you know, bring your cars and bring your checkbooks.
And you know, Brianna, I think this is such a natural fit for what we do, just because of the love of the collector cars here at Tulsa is so strong. You know, I've had conversations with a lot of our team members, even just people referencing Route 66. You know, that coming through here. Even when we went out last night to experience some of the downtown, we saw some of that mid-century design, and we got to eat at some of the restaurants. And I just love that the culture here is all about motoring, and they really do love their cars, trucks, and motorcycles. So I'm excited, Tulsa. We've got a couple great years ahead.
Well, you know, some of our crew, our event team, Ben and Lena from the event side, went and did a Cars and Coffee last weekend in the Tulsa area, and they said there's about 300 or 400 cars, and they said their car culture is really strong here. So we want to continue fostering that community relationship here. So if you know of any events or any happenings that Matt and I can visit, or our event team, let us know, because we do want to continue building that strong community and fostering that here.
I'm just excited. I saw that drive-in movie theater, and I wonder if it's 1, operating, and 2.
It is operating.
Is it operating?
It is operating.
If you live in the Tulsa area, let us know. What are some cool spots to check out? You know, we want to see the neon signs. We want to see the Route 66 stops. Just as we gear up, I know we're wrapping up our time here, Brian, but it won't be long before we're planning on coming back. So,
well, you know, this coming year is the centennial, you know, celebration for Route 66. And I did say, Matt, you're not going to be at home. Sorry to your wife, but we have a lot in store for you to celebrate, you know, Route 66 and the centennial. So I know Tulsa and Oklahoma as a whole has a big history for Route 66. So we plan on doing a lot more here.
Well, speaking of a lot more going on, Breon, let's talk about one of our other major announcements.
So big,
related to content and the way that we're going to be able to further expand our reach to the Mecum audience. Do you want to kind of recap, or should we just cut right to our exciting package?
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Hey guys, here's an inside look at our Mecum block cam. When we're not live on ESPN Plus, this is where you can find all the great action just without the commentary. For all the commentary and live auction action, join us here on ESPN Plus.
We just announced our own TV network. I always wanted to grow up and have a TV show. Now we got a whole network.
Are you excited? How many hours a day will it be?
It's 24/7. So nobody is ever going to sleep ever again. Mecum's got our own channel on Roku. I'd like to see you there.
We're going to Roku TV. We got our own channel.
Who's getting their own channel on Roku? We can't wait to see you there.
Mecum Auctions 24/7 starting June 17th.
So, 3 great ways to watch. Mecum.com for all the action of the block. ESPN Plus for that fantastic commentary. And coming June 17th, Mecum Auctions TV on Roku.
Okay, you heard it there, folks. Well, we've been announcing it everywhere, but I honestly don't think anyone is more excited than Dana Mecum. He is full of ideas for all the programming for Roku. I can't wait to see what the future has in stores. I don't want to, go too into it. All the information is on our website, Mecum.com. You can watch us anywhere, anytime, starting June 17th. I'm so excited about the future. Do you have anything to add, Matt?
I just want to know if we're going to see Dana wearing a sideways hat more often.
I have a feeling we will. He's so excited. It's so great to see, and he has so many ideas. Yeah,
and Breon, we did a deep dive on yesterday's show, but I think we can kind of do a flyover today, just to get people up to speed and exactly how this fits into our multi-tiered, content distribution system. Very complicated way of saying that. Basically, this is just another platform. It's joining our existing opportunities. ESPN Plus. You do need to create an account for that. All the information, like you said, is online. That's where you can get the live broadcast. YouTube, you can find all kinds of additional content, past shows, and the live show a couple days after it airs. And then Roku is just joining that, where it's going to be all kinds of
9
stuff.
until June 17th.
June 17th, coming up quick though.
Yeah, right around the corner.
And if you do have more questions, we have a whole FAQ on Mecum.com. You can find it there.
And I think we have a couple of really excited fans. Edward Perez, and I think he was referring to the Roku announcement. He said he loves this idea. He's so tired of trying to find it elsewhere. Then we have Mike Austin. He said, this is great, can't wait. We can't either, so let the fun begin.
All right, well, let's dive into some more fun, Breon, because as you mentioned also in yesterday's show, since Indy Wrap, the Indy auction,
we have not stopped.
We have not stopped. And one of our recent travels was out to Pismo Beach to take in some Southern California car culture.
California sun, coastal vibes, and tons of cool cars is what the classic at Pismo Beach is all about. And with that and a whole lot more, Brianna and I knew we had to come check it out in person. The only thing better coming across a classic GTO is one still in the care of the original owner. Marvin, you bought this brand new. What drew you towards it?
I was 21 years old, and we were in the dealership for all day from morning to night. The car cost $45,000, and then we got it out for $4,000 out the door.
Well, Marvin, I want to get a closer look. Can you show me some details?
Sure.
During those early years, how did you use the car?
We kind of raced a little bit.
Did you have a favorite burger joint or drive-in that you could also go to?
Little drive-in called The Spot. It was on 1st Street, and that's where all the muscle cars came in.
What's it been like to be here at the show?
It's a terrific show. It keeps on growing and growing. The basic reason why we come back every year, we need to drive the car.
And just one of many awesome classic muscle cars that you'll find at the Classic at Pismo Beach.
Today has been so crazy, so many cars, but I think there's really 2 that stood out to me. 1, this is the only Porsche we've seen the entire day. And 2, the paint scheme, a technique called automotive.
I've never seen paint like that.
I know, it's pretty incredible. We're about to roll up on the next car. What do you think it is?
Is it a car, or I would think a motorcycle?
It's not a motorcycle.
Not a motorcycle. Nothing like a supercar. This show has everything. This summer, Mecum Auctions is cruising the West Coast, participating in events like the Classic at Pismo Beach, Rock and Rod, and Fuel Fest, with the last stop being Monterey, where you can find us there for the famed Monterey Car Week, being a part of even more great events like the Prancing Ponies and the Little Car Festival. There's nothing like California car culture.
I have to say that is probably one of my favorite events we have attended all year long. When I talked to the event producer like a couple days ago after we left, she said there was around 150,000 people there, and I don't doubt it. It was insane, packed. The cars were amazing. The people that we met were amazing. I love that married couple with the GTO. Yeah, I can't wait to get back. I already told her, like, send the contract. We'll be back there. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the people that we met there up at Monterey Car Week. And again, as Matt said at the end of the video, we're going to be everywhere along the California coast promoting our auction for Car Week. It's absolutely amazing event. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I will say, I genuinely did love Marvin's story. He was the gentleman who bought that GTO new. I just love, Brian, when you come across an owner like that, you've got so many decades of experiences and memories to share. And one of the Easter eggs that I love that he shared with me, and I wish he had told me this before we wrapped the video, but the license plate said 70 Yagi, and I was trying to figure it out. And he said Yagi is Japanese for goat. So I just love how there's just so many things that tie back to his heritage and just so many family memories. But fantastic show. I think it really was California car culture overload. I'm excited to go back.
You know, also another thing is you don't meet a lot of people that are the original owners, right? And that's something really cool too, is that, you know, he bought it new off the showroom, and all these years later, he's still, you know, holding on to that. And hopefully his son does want it. He did talk about that, and hopefully his son keeps, you know, that tradition going or whatever. You know, maybe not the original owner, but keeps it in the family.
Yeah, and you know, Brian, that's a really good point too about what we even see here at the auction is that when you do see a call out alluding to that longtime ownership, it doesn't necessarily add value, but it definitely can command attention, because I think there is a little bit of a romance about buying a vehicle from the original owner, certainly, or the original owner family, or just decades of history. So I will say, as a little insider for our viewers, when you do come and you see that on a window sheet of a car crossing the block, it does kind of raise a little bit of some attention.
And you know that that car is probably well taken care of too, right? Yeah. You know, they have the history, they have the paperwork, they have the receipts of the service and everything like that. So it might make you want to spend the money on it, raise your hand and make that bid on it.
And of course, my favorite part is I love seeing the old photos. So I love how Marvin had a display.
You did get excited about that.
Well, I will say it's the journalist in me, and it's really neat, you know, just to see how just the passion's been there for years. And I'm excited because I think they did say they're coming to Monterey. So
they are.
So I want to see Marvin. I want to see you drive that GTO up there. We want to see it again.
Yeah. Matt, we have some more exciting news today, and I'm happy to announce. So you might have seen them if you've ever come to a Mecum auction before and you go to our vendor area, the Midway at Indy or whatever, there's always been a vendor there. They kind of rebranded themselves a couple months ago. They now are called Real Garage Life, formerly Advantage Lifts. They have signed on as an official partner sponsor of Mecum Auctions. I'm proud to announce that officially. Yay, we're excited. And part of that is we have part of their package is Mecum in the morning. We'll spotlight them every auction. We'll go visit them. Maybe in the future we'll go visit a customer of theirs. We might even go visit their facility in Pennsylvania. So here at Tulsa, we had Matt and Liz to go check them out. So here it is.
I'm here with Tony from Real Garage Life. And Tony, I know that the company offers a lot of great products for collector cars. What's some of the latest news with you guys?
Well, you know, this Mecum is an awesome place for this because, you know, people are here buying cars and they don't have all the space. we are two different companies within Real Garage Life. We got Backyard Buddy is our U.S. made, which I have with us here today. We're using a square post for our string. And we have this sleeve that wraps around it. It's called an outside slider. This allows it no wiggle, no wobble that you get in the normal 4-post lip. So stability, you feel good being underneath of it. The safety factors is all part of that. Then you'll notice right here, here's a secondary lock. So if something were ever to go wrong with the lift on a cable, you have another lock that would engage, keeping this lift from coming down. Look right here on our pulleys. We use a grease zerk down here at the bottom, so you can lube this for longevity of that lift. The size of our base plates, you'll notice this is all freestanding. You don't have to anchor this to the floor. We make it to where it can be moved. How nice is it? I don't have to dedicate one space in my garage for this lift for the lifetime. I can move it around. We box in the underneath of these ramps because we want strength. I don't want flex and bow when you put your car on. So underneath there, it's all boxed in. And then this particular model is called a Wide Buddy. It's got the 2-foot wide runways. So they're 24 inches wide versus an 18.5 inches wide. This is 85 inches from outside to out. No tires going to hang off. We have taken all our lifts and we go through ALI certification. That's a third-party company that comes in, tests your lift through all the different tests that they want to do. It's a great thing to have this, and not a lot of people have it. I love coming to Mecum. I've been coming here for 17 years. The crowd here is awesome. The people are awesome. This is a great place to come. You know, a lot of people will see all these lifts on the internet and they get confused of what to do. But you can come to a Mecum show and lay your hands on our product. What a better place. If you're coming to buy cars, you're running out of room, I can help you out and store these cars.
If viewers want to find out more about the lift or about Real Garage Life, where can they head?
Well, go right to our website, Real Garage Life, and you'll find a Backyard Buddy there. You'll find the Vantage lifts there. I'm always at the Mecum auctions, and we're at auctions all across the country. And so just give us a call. Let us tell you all the difference between our products.
I got an insider thing for all of you guys. So if you are signed up to receive emails from us, you might want to pay attention to your inbox over the next week because Real Garage Life might have a really cool treat in store for you. So again, if you receive our emails, pay attention to the inbox because again, something cool might be coming soon.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe to you too, Matt.
Maybe to me. I'll have to.
Or maybe not.
I'll have to. But we are excited to have them on board, and really speaks to also, Bree, just again about how much there is to do on site. You know, we've talked about this now for many morning shows, but just it's way more than just the auction block, really. And I know he was telling us yesterday as well that he was saying that at every Mecum auction, he loves being able to show people the product. It's a great because you come here to buy your dream car, truck, or motorcycle, and then you need to store it, and it's really a one-stop shop. You can buy a lift, you can figure out the details that have been installed.
He's been coming for 17 years. That shows, like, you know, they've been a vendor for 17 years and they see the value of it, right? And they love talking to the customers. And 17 years is a long time. I guess you consider him family by now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Breon, let's focus a little bit on what's crossing the block. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we've got some great collections. And one of the ones that's been getting all kinds of attention is this Community Project Foundation group of vehicles. You can see it there. The foundation collection, and
the Tulsa community.
The Tulsa Foundation. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a word, but a fantastic group of vehicles, all for a good cause, with all of those vehicles selling and going to support different nonprofit agencies here in the Tulsa area. I know that I was doing some media yesterday with some of the other local media outlets, and again, they're all very excited just to see about how when Mecum comes to town, and just to see how just a lot of that energy kind of stays here in the city.
Yeah, it does. And they're rolling up, and no reserve. So there's an anonymous donor for these cars that all the proceeds will go to support this foundation. I don't know who it is, but these cars are great cars too. It's not like run-of-the-mill vehicles. These are some amazing rides, no reserve. So if you are interested in some really great cars running at no reserve, register to bid today if you're not already. I know if I had the funds, I'd be raising my hand on these cars today. They're very beautiful, and again, they're going to a really great cause.
Yeah, two great trucks. The Twister Mustang, man, what a great story that is, and also kind of from this area.
Yeah.
If you don't know the details on that, definitely check out the consignment page, just because that's a neat piece. But you're right, Breon. I mean, it's a stellar group of vehicles, and all selling for just a fantastic cause.
Yeah, so get on over. And if you can't make it, you can register to bid online or over the phone.
Absolutely. And Brianna, you know, one of the other collections here also has a lot of history. We were talking about 17 years. What about 25 years of being a part of the Mecum experience? And that's exactly the case with Gary Schroeder and his family.
Here at Mecum Tulsa, Gary and the Schroeder family are celebrating 25 years of buying and selling at Mecum Auctions. Gary, you've done this a lot. I'm guessing over your 2.5 decades, you've probably picked up some pro tips. What can you share for people considering buying or selling at auction?
Pretty much, I try to buy nice cars. I buy stuff I like. If I like it, typically other people like it too. It makes them easy to buy and sell. And I sell them all, no reserves, so I keep them rolling.
Did you ever think that you would be coming back to Mecum Auctions for this long when you started off?
Oh, I was hoping I would. I love coming, and I was hoping I hope I'll do it forever.
For someone that hasn't bought at auction, what advice would you give them?
I think they need to be here and look the cars over good before they come to the auction block. Talk to the owner of the car, find out as much as they can about it before they start bidding on it emotionally.
I know that you've been able to pass this on, and now it's become a family legacy. How did that come about?
My kids grew up in it with me, and they love doing it also, and they do a great job helping me.
So here's to the next 25 years, Gary.
Yeah, we'll be here for 25 more.
You know, as we started the video, Matt, Alyssa pointed out that Gary and his wife were driving by on the golf cart. It's like they knew that the segment featuring them was going to happen. It would have been really funny if the camera was still live as they rode by. Yeah. We could have called them out and made them stop.
But, you know, and they really are familiar faces around here, Brianna. I think we were talking as with Alyssa, just in even development for that package, all the times that we've had encounters with them, you know, going back to Kissimmee this year, we did this awesome package.
That purple golf cart.
Yeah, showing the scale of the fairgrounds. And, of course, we asked to use his purple golf cart. He said yes. And then your son Braden bought a car, one of the cars from his collection, or from
the Mercedes.
One of his collection. Yeah, so I mean, he's around, and it just goes to show, Brianna, that the people here, I mean, like they
become family.
All have stories.
Yeah, I know. We were talking, and you know, I'm not going to say the name, but bidder number one, literal bidder number one, still comes and buys and sells at our auctions, and that's the thing, you know. And I think you and Alyssa are going to put together a great package, and I can't wait for. I think you guys are going to do it for Florida Summer Special, whatever. Is dispelling some of the myths and misconceptions about auctions. But, you know, I think there's a lot of things about Mecum, and just take away other auctions as a whole, but just Mecum and how we are a real family environment, right? And like how it's really important to have that family aspect and feel. A lot of our consigners and bidders do come back time and time again because of how they're treated, and just, you know, that even our employees, some of our employees have been with us for 25, 30 years. And I think that goes to show, you know, with that, like our sponsors, 17 years, 15 years, you know, our consigners, 25 years, you know, and you know, if you've never been, come and just feel the environment around us. It's addicting.
Yeah, you may not leave.
It's true.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. How about you'll keep coming back?
Yeah.
Make it sound like that.
Yeah. We're not kidnapping
Yeah,
people,
we're
right?
not. But you'll definitely want to
maybe
come back.
Kayla, though.
You'll want to come back for more. And speaking of coming back for more, so we have a full day here in Tulsa. If you're in the area, definitely come on out. Things are already revving up. Brianna, it's going to be an awesome day. And then wherever you're watching this, drop a comment. Of course, we always check that out. As Brianna mentioned earlier in the show, Edward and Mike, thanks for those comments. And I think, Brianna, I want to know in the comments from our viewers, what are some of the myths that either they've heard or maybe they're just not sure about the auction experience. So just to give an idea, this would be like, oh, you have to be a bidder to come. No, you can come and spectate. So like that kind of thing. So if there's other things out there that you've heard that you want answered, drop a comment, because again, we're going to be working that piece as we get ready to come back for our next episode of Mecum in the Morning for the summer special.
But Matt, between now and the summer special, where are you off to? And where is everyone off to?
So many places, all over, all the places.
So you've got back to the 50s?
So, well, no.
Oh.
Well, Brianna, no.
Did I skip?
That's a long way out. Yeah, we've got the Hot Rod Power Tour.
Yes.
So that is going to be revving up on Monday. And I'm excited, Brianna, because I've been able to do it now for several years. I'm going to have some Mecum friends on the tour.
The Kozar family.
The Kozar family. It's going to be a posse. It's a whole thing. We're rolling. We've got 5 long haul spots, and we've got some cool cars. So join us. I was going to say, come out to the Power Tour. If you see us, say hello. Monday we kick off in Indianapolis. We're going to be there the entire week. Content coming daily, so keep an eye out for that.
On our social channels.
On the social channels. Then, Brian, also we've got Back to the 50s coming up.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis, and I'm excited. It's been a couple years, Brian, since I've been, and I've always meant to get back, and I'm glad it's finally happening. Beautiful fairgrounds. Really excited to see all those cars. We've also got some West Coast
The
events.
Rock and Rod event in Monterey, California. Yep. Then we've got Fuel Fest in Pomona, California. That's all before summer special, and maybe a few other events sprinkled in between. And then after that, I just don't know. Like, you'll have to check out our event page. We do have, if you go to mecum.com and you want to come say hello to us, go to the footer on the bottom. It says other events. We'll change where it ends up later. But there's a whole calendar of events we hit up when we're not at auction. So Matt and I and the event team pretty much live on the road. Yeah. Not more than others, because then I just throw him.
But it's exciting.
Things,
it's thrilling, and I love meeting the car friends around the country. So excited to check out these events. And June 17th,
Roku.
Mecum Auctions TV on Roku. But Brian, we've got to get to day 2 of Tulsa. Thanks for joining us here. Come out to the auction, and we will see you on Mecum in the morning. Yeah.
See he.
So excited. It's Simon Donut Day for the summer special in a couple of weeks. Hope you have a great day.